Welcome to Sleepy Storytime, a quiet place on the internet where the world slows down. Your shoulders soften, and your mind can finally rest. Before we begin, I want to ask you something. Where are you listening from tonight? Feel free to share in the comments. It always warms my heart to see how far these quiet moments travel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, I'm so glad you came back. Before we settle in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Sleepy Storytime if you enjoy calming stories, gentle narration, and peaceful nights. It truly helps the channel grow and allows me to keep creating these moments of rest for you. Now, let's begin to unwind together. Wherever you are, whether you're lying in bed, curled up on the couch, or resting after a long day, allow your body to become still. There is nothing you need to do right now. Nothing you need to fix. This moment is just for you. Start by gently unclenching your jaw. Let your tongue rest softly in your mouth. Lower your shoulders away from your ears, releasing any tension you've been carrying there today. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it gently at the top. And then slowly exhale through your mouth, as if you're fogging up a mirror. Again, inhale deeply, feeling your chest and belly rise, and exhale slowly, letting your body grow heavier with each breath. As you continue breathing at your own pace, bring your awareness to your feet. Allow them to relax. Then your calves, your knees, your thighs. Let that softness travel upward through your hips, your lower back, and your spine. Your hands can rest loosely by your sides or on your chest. Uncurl your fingers. Let your arms feel warm and relaxed. With every breath out, imagine Imagine your thoughts drifting further away, like clouds passing slowly across a quiet night sky. You don't need to follow them. Just let them float by. Tonight's story is a timeless classic, a tale whispered through generations, a story of a young girl, a red hood, a quiet forest, and a journey that begins simply, but holds a gentle sense of mystery. As you listen, you may picture the soft morning light filtering through trees, the sound of footsteps on a forest path, and the comforting rhythm of a story you may already know, yet are hearing in a new, peaceful way. There is no need to stay alert. No need to remember every detail. If your eyes grow heavy, let them close. If sleep comes before the story ends, that's perfectly okay. So take one last slow breath in and release it fully. And now, as your body rests and your mind softens, let us begin tonight's story. Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time there was a sweet little girl. Everyone who saw her liked her, but most of all her grandmother, who did not know what to give the child next. Once she gave her a little cap made of red velvet. Because it suited her so well, and she wanted to wear it all the time. She came to be known as Little Red Riding Hood. One day her mother said to her, "Come, Little Red Riding Hood. Here is a piece of cake and a bottle of wine. Take them to your grandmother. She is sick and weak, and they will do her well. Mind your manners and give her my greetings. Behave yourself on the way, and do not leave the path, or you might fall down and break the glass, and then there will be nothing for your sick grandmother." Little Red Riding Hood promised to obey her mother. The grandmother lived out in the woods, a half hour from the village. When Little Red Riding Hood entered the woods, a wolf came up to her. She did not know what a wicked animal he was, and was not afraid of him. Good day to you, Little Red Riding Hood. Thank you, Wolf. Where are you going so early, Little Red Riding Hood? To grandmother's. And what are you carrying under your apron? Grandmother is sick and weak, and I am taking her some cake and wine. We baked yesterday, and they should give her strength. Little Red Riding Hood, just where does your grandmother live? Her house is a good quarter-hour from here in the woods, under the 3 large oak trees. There's a hedge of hazel bushes there. You must know the place, said Little Red Riding Hood. The wolf thought to himself, now there is a tasty bite for me. Just how are you going to catch her? Then he said, listen, Little Red Riding Hood. Haven't you seen the beautiful flowers that are blossoming in the woods? Why don't you go and take a look? And I don't believe you can hear how beautifully the birds are singing. You are walking along as though you were on your way to school in the village. It is very beautiful in the woods. Little Red Riding Hood opened her eyes and saw the sunlight breaking through the trees and how the ground was covered with beautiful flowers. She thought, if I take a bouquet to grandmother, she will be very pleased. Anyway, it is still early, and I'll be home on time. And she ran off into the woods looking for flowers. Each time she picked one, she thought that she could see an even more beautiful one a little way off. And she ran after it, going further and further into the woods. But the wolf ran straight to the grandmother's house and knocked on the door. Who's there? Little Red Riding Hood. I'm bringing you some cake and wine. Open the door for me. Just press the latch, called out the grandmother. I'm too weak to get up. The wolf pressed the latch, and the door opened. He stepped inside, went straight to the grandmother's bed, and ate her up. Then he took her clothes, put them on, and put her cap on his head. He got into her bed and pulled the curtains shut. Little Red Riding Hood had run after flowers and did not continue on her way to grandmother's until she had gathered all that she could carry. When she arrived, she found, to her surprise, that the door was open. She walked into the parlor, and everything looked so strange that she thought, "Oh my God, why am I so afraid? I usually like it at grandmother's." Then she went to the bed and pulled back the curtains. Grandmother was lying there with her cap pulled down over her face and looking very strange. "Oh, Grandmother, what big ears you have! All the better to hear you with." "Oh, Grandmother, what big eyes you have! All the better to see you with." "Oh, Grandmother, what big hands you have! All the better to grab you with." "Oh, Grandmother, what a horribly big mouth you have! All the better to eat you with." And with that he jumped out of bed, jumped on top of poor Little Red Riding Hood, and ate her up. As soon as the wolf had finished this tasty bite, he climbed back into bed, fell asleep, and began to snore very loudly. A huntsman was just passing by. He thought it strange that the old woman was snoring so loudly, so he decided to take a look. He stepped inside, and in the bed there lay the wolf that he had been hunting for such a long time. "He has eaten the grandmother, but perhaps she still can be saved." "Won't shoot him," thought the huntsman. So he took a pair of scissors and cut open his belly. He had cut only a few strokes when he saw the red cap shining through. He cut a little more, and the girl jumped out and cried, "Oh, I was so frightened. It was so dark inside the wolf's body." And then the grandmother came out alive as well. Then Little Red Riding Hood fetched some large heavy stones. They filled the wolf's body with them, and when he woke up and tried to run away, the stones were so heavy that he fell down dead. The three of them were happy. The huntsman took the wolf's pelt. The grandmother ate the cake and drank the wine that Little Red Riding Hood had brought. And Little Red Riding Hood thought to herself, "As long as I live, I will never leave the path and run off into the woods by myself if Mother tells me not to." They also tell how Little Red Riding Hood was taking some baked things to her grandmother another time, when another wolf spoke to her and wanted her to leave the path. But Little Red Riding Hood took care and went straight to grandmother's. She told her that she had seen the wolf and that he had wished her a good day, but had stared at her in a wicked manner. If we hadn't been on a public road, he would have eaten me up, she said. "Come," said the grandmother. "Let's lock the door so he can't get in." Soon afterward, the wolf knocked on the door and called out, "Open up, grandmother. It's Little Red Riding Hood, and I'm bringing you some baked things." They remained silent and did not open the door. The wicked one walked around the house several times and finally jumped onto the roof. He wanted to wait until Little Red Riding Hood went home that evening, then follow her and eat her up in the darkness. But the grandmother saw what he was up to. There was a large stone trough in front of the house. "Fetch a bucket, Little Red Riding Hood," she said. "Yesterday I cooked some sausage. Carry the water that I boiled them with to the trough." Little Red Riding Hood carried water until the large trough was clear full. The smell of sausage arose into the wolf's nose. He sniffed and looked down, stretching his neck so long that he could no longer hold himself, and he began to slide. He slid off the roof, fell into the trough, and drowned. And Little Red Riding Hood returned home happily and safely. And now, as the story comes to a quiet close, there is nothing more you need to do. If your eyes are already closed, allow them to stay that way. If you're still awake, that's okay too. Simply rest where you are. Let your breathing return to its natural rhythm. Slow, steady, effortless. Thank yourself for taking this moment tonight. For choosing rest. For allowing your body and mind to soften even just a little. If you're still listening, know that you're safe. Your body is supported. Tomorrow can wait. If this story brought you comfort, you're always welcome to return. Sleepy Storytime will be right here whenever you need a quiet place to land. But for now, let the night hold you. Let your thoughts fade into stillness. And allow sleep to arrive in its own time. Good night.